we use Archibus to primarily log work requests. It's quite a common one. And then we process that job from start to finish. Now UE have got a really interesting dynamic because we subcontract out most of our maintenance. So we have to send that job to a contractor, and we've engaged Archibus and our business partner to source out connectors so that we can send a job real time and get information back real time. So it's a really interesting technological advance that we've done. Being able to get our subcontractors who don't use Archibus able to share data with us has meant that we know what's going on real time. Previously, before we did this, we had just huge knowledge gaps, and we had to pick up the phone 3 or 4 times a day each, and we've got hundreds of members of staff just to work out what's going on. Now we've got a real update from an engineer on the ground within minutes, so we don't have to make that call about the light bulb or whatever's gone wrong. I think that the data flowing has meant that trust in what's going on is increased. Before, there was this opinion that a load of stuff is being created and nothing's happening. They see some guys walking around site, but they don't necessarily see fixing going on. But now there's evidence to support that there was fixing happened, and it happened this quickly, and it met SLA, and all that stuff is there. And the trust in the data means that reporting is trustworthy rather than it's just a count of work orders. It's more meaning to it. Archibus is a part of the daily life of people in our estates department. Archibus manages maintenance, and that is it. No one questions that, and they will use it to do that. I think one of the big things we're doing is we're looking at life cycle planning for assets. What that means is we're putting a cost, how much it costs us to replace it, when it's expected to fail, and kind of summing all that data together to give us a life cycle plan. And what that means is we can then feed in other bits of data that are useful, like criticality. So okay, my life critical assets, how much is it going to cost me over 10 years to replace them? Because we've got to do it. So we know that we're going to spend a few £1,000,000 over 10 years in certain areas replacing elevators or lifts or whatever. And that's really quite interesting. I mean, it's standard functionality, but I don't hear about many people who are actually doing it to the really precise degree that we are.